Hi, how are you doing? Are you looking for somebody? Oh, maybe you're looking for one of my children. I have 3 children. My oldest child is my son Pedro. He's 14. My oldest daughter is Isabella, and she's 13. And my youngest child is Juana. She's 7. It can be a little crowded in our house with 3 children, my husband, and me. But with 2 rooms in the house, one for eating and doing work, and one for sleeping, we all managed to fit in pretty nicely. And because all of the children are out of the house right now, I actually have a little bit of quiet so I can get ready to make some bread. I've been making the dough for the bread all morning, and I'm almost ready to bake it. Okay, so where are my flint and steel? Here we go. Now this is the tool that's gonna help me start a fire outside. So I have my flint here, which is a type of stone, and I have my steel striking tool. It's of course made out of steel. And so when I hit them together, watch what happens. Did you see those sparks? So those sparks are what are gonna help me start the fire outside so I can do my cooking. Do you wanna try? Oh, here we go. All right, now you're all ready to help me start a fire outside so I can do my cooking. Oh, what? You don't do most of your cooking outside? That's very strange. I do all of my cooking in a fire pit outside. We place pots near the fire to cook, or even hang them from a spit so that they're over the fire. I can even hang a chicken from the spit when I want to cook one. Why is my kitchen outside? Well, my house is just too small to have a fire in here. It would be too dangerous. There's much more room to work outdoors. And it would be very smoky in here if there was a fire. No, I'm gonna bake my bread outside to be safe. When you first came in, I thought you might be my son Pedro, although I didn't think he'd be back yet. He went with my husband to our hacienda, or our cattle ranch. They were supposed to take a new set of clothing that I made for one of the vaqueros, or the cowboys, who works on our ranch. Many of the vaqueros who work on our ranch are Apalachee men. Did they remember to take it? No, they didn't. Here it is. Oh well. This is actually part of the agreement that we made with the cowboys when they started working on our ranch. Part of their payment for working will be to receive a new set of clothing when their old set becomes too worn out and can't be patched up. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on a ranch, so often my son needs to help. He'll probably take over the cattle ranch when he gets old enough, so he needs to learn how to run the business. At a young age, many boys become apprentices or students. They go to learn under a master of a business, to learn how to do things like become carpenters or blacksmiths. So my son is kind of like an apprentice at the cattle ranch, learning how to direct the vaqueros and tend to the cows. The cattle ranch and the cows on it are how our family makes money. And here is one of the products from our cattle ranch, a cow skin. It's very useful for making things out of leather, like shoes, or equipment for riding horses like reins, or even the coverings of books. So what do you think you'd use leather for? Oh, that's really interesting. Actually, today there's a merchant or somebody who buys and sells different goods who's displaying his merchandise in the Central Plaza. Perhaps we can sell him this cow skin. He'll be able to ship our goods over the ocean to Cuba in a large ship and sell them there. Do you think you could help me by taking this cow skin to him to see how much he'd pay for it? Oh, you will? Thank you. He might pay us for it with coins like this, or he might have another item like an iron gardening tool that he's willing to trade for it. That would be very useful for planting our garden. I would be very happy to trade the cow skin for an iron gardening tool. And while you're showing him the cow skin, can you please go to the blacksmith shop for me? Last week, I ordered a new hinge for my chest. The lid won't open and close properly because the hinge is broken. And the blacksmith is great at making iron items like furniture hinges to fix things like this. Would you be able to take a coin that I have here and go pay for the hinge for me? Oh, great. Thank you very much. My older daughter Isabella was supposed to be back home by now. She went to the neighbor's house to see if she could get some eggs from their chickens. You see, our family doesn't have any chickens right now, so we can't get eggs when we'd like. However, we've made an agreement with our neighbors, the Hernandezes, to trade fresh milk from the cows on our hacienda with some of their eggs. Now, how would you get eggs if you didn't have any chickens? Oh wow, it sounds like you live in a big city where you're able to get eggs and a lot of different foods very easily. Well, I'm pretty sure that my daughter just wanted to go over to the house so she could gossip with the neighbor's daughter, Maria. Oh, we have a number of Spanish families here who live at Mission San Luis. There are a number of other houses for Spanish families built close to ours. We have our own neighborhood here. Some of the families only recently came from the town of San Augustine, way on the east coast of La Florida. San Augustine might be a bigger town than Mission San Luis, but there's a lot more space and good land out here. Most families want to come here so they can grow better crops and set up big cattle ranches to make a profit, like we did. Well, if my children aren't back soon, I'm going to need some help finishing the chores. Even though I have 2 Appalachian women who help me with daily tasks, my children still have chores to do. What chores do you do every day? Oh wow, my children do some of the same things. Anyway, I see that they didn't do all of their tasks this morning, but I can't stop to do them because I need to start baking. If you would help me with a few chores, I would really appreciate it. Let's go and see which chores still need to be done. So my husband and I sleep in this bed here, and my son Pedro sleeps in this bed here. Now, he's the oldest at 14, and as the oldest child, he has many hard chores to do. That's why he gets this bed here. Now, where do you think my 2 younger children sleep? That's right, they sleep on the floor. They have bed mats, just like Pedro's, that they need to roll up and tuck away under my husband and I's bed in the morning, because if they just left their bed mats out, we'd have no place to walk in this small space. So let's check and see that they actually put their bed mats away. Ah, yes, they did. That's good that they did one of their chores today. The next chore is very important, getting water for the house. How do you think that we get all the water we need for cooking, doing laundry, or washing dishes? Is it right here by the house? Actually, no. All the water comes from a seep spring that's about 1/4 mile away from the house. That's pretty far. But how do we get it here to the house? Using this. It's called a yoke, and it goes over your shoulders. Like this. And once this is over your shoulders, 2 buckets are attached to the ends. All right, now we're ready to go get water. It's my children's job to take this yoke with the buckets down to the seep spring and fill them up. Sometimes they have to do this 7 or 8 times a day to get enough water, and the yoke and buckets are kind of heavy by themselves. Often my son Pedro goes to get the water, but when he's away at the cattle ranch, it's Isabella's job to go get the water. But Isabella isn't here right now, so will you please go get me 1 bucket of water that I need for cooking? Oh, you will? Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, thank you. Now let's see if Juana did her chore today. As the youngest, at age 7, she doesn't have as many chores to do as Pedro and Isabella do. But a very important chore is cleaning out the chamber pot. Now what's that? Well, the chamber pot is where we go to the bathroom, and it's her job to make sure that it's emptied out every day. Otherwise, that wouldn't be very pleasant to have around the house, would it? Well, let's go check and see that she did. Oh good. All right, it's empty. Thank goodness, I wouldn't have wanted to clean that out. And finally, I asked Isabella to work on her sewing today. She gets to use the brand new thimble that I just got from a merchant. Now, a thimble is a little metal covering that you put over your finger so your finger doesn't accidentally get poked by a needle while you're sewing. Now, I've been teaching her certain sewing stitches that she'll need to know in the future to make clothes for her family, or perhaps even clothes that she can sell or trade for other items. Now, here is the first item that Isabella sewed when she was 6 years old. It's a little cloth doll, and I actually think it's pretty cute. But now that she's older, she's become good enough at sewing that she can use my sewing sampler to copy the more complex stitches that I made here. Now she practices by looking at the stitching patterns and doing them herself. Now sewing is very important and a useful skill. It's one of the many skills needed to run a household that I'm teaching my daughters, along with cooking, raising children, and knowing how to get the items they need for the house. Having these skills will help them make important decisions when they have their own homes in the future. And these are skills that every good Spanish lady is expected to know. Now, Isabella was supposed to help finish a new chemise, or an undergarment, for Juana this morning. Now, let's see if she did it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, these stitches look really good. She's coming along really nicely. Oh, she'll be making all kinds of clothing really soon. Thank you so much for all your help today. It gives me enough time to finish the bread before dinner tonight. We're gonna have beef stew. You should come and have some. My children should be back by then. You have a great day and hasta luego.